Very good afternoon and a warm welcome along to this Ulster Club Championship game here in Owenbeg this afternoon between Craigbane, the Derry champions, and Killeeshil, the Tyrone champions. Delighted to say Mal McMullen's alongside me for this afternoon's coverage. And fair to say, Mal, we'll start off looking at the two teams very shortly, but it'd be fair to say both teams pretty fortunate to be here.
Yeah, I think both final appearances, Lee Moore with a goal. I think they played well, but they still were behind. Lee Moore's goal changed it for Craigbane, and then obviously Aghaloo maybe had one hand and four fingers of the other on the cup, and then it all changes. So we could have been looking out at something completely different here, Damien. But a special competition. I say it every year. Teams are out representing their counties, and they're stepping into the bigger scale. And 9 teams can win the title, and they'll be glad to be in there. And it gives your club an unbelievable identity. So
absolutely,
here we are at the start of an provincial campaign.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to start and take a look at the two teams. By the way, both teams in change strips this afternoon. The green and white of both clubs clashing with each other. So the Derry champions will play in the Derry strip, and the Tyrone champions will play in the Tyrone strip down our right hand side. We'll take a look at the Craigbane team as it lines out. No changes from what we're led to believe. It's Ben O'Kane in goals, Owen Call, David Lowry and Oisín O'Donnell at corner back. The half back line is Conor McLaughlin, Rory Moore and James McLaughlin. A midfield pairing of Blaine Gormley and Judo Moore. The half forward line is Jacob McElhenney, Ceathair O'Kane and Fergal Mortimer captains the side from wing half forward, and a full forward line of Brian Rainey, Lee Moore and Jude McLaughlin. Jude McLaughlin just with 6 goals and 12 points so far in this year's championship, Mal.
Yeah, and Jude would have missed the last time they won it, a real goal machine. But looking at Brian Rainey, he wears number 13. He's a half-back by trade, so that's going to be Lee and Jude up front as the two amigos that they'll be looking to feed as often as possible. It's probably as strong as Craigbane has been. Lee Moore came on at half-time in that county final. His younger brother Rory's in at number 6. Hadn't played an awful lot of championship football, and Blaine Gormley at midfield was out with a hand injury. So it's just bar the fact that Nisha Mwainan's got a cruciate injury, and I think it's Niall Feeney's out with a broken jaw from earlier on. They're pretty much as strong as they can be, and they're obviously earmarking today as the day to get everybody on board.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the Killeeshil team, of course, managed this year by Lorcan Martin. It's Kieran Riley in goals. It's a full back line of Kieran O'Neill, Bernard O'Neill and Adam McGonnell. The half back line is Michael Carty, Conal Monaghan and Owen Neal. Midfield pairing Paul O'Neill and Dylan O'Neill. There's a change in the half forward line. Luke Donnelly will play, so will Mark Monaghan, but there's a change at wing half forward where Cathal Rafferty will be replaced by number 22 Cormac Donaghy, the man that kicked the point to win Killeeshil the championship back in the Tyrone final. The full forward line is Michael O'Neill, not 13 in the league so far this year. Tomas Hoy captains the side from full forward, kicking a goal and 7 points so far in this year's championship. And top of the left, no surprises, there is a change at top of the left, and Gary Riley will be replaced by Packy McMullen, who's rolling back the years, 38 years of age I believe at this stage, and I know one or two of the Leonards men are waiting for him to hit the 40 mark so we can pull on the Masters jersey.
Yeah, funny, I heard him being interviewed, and I can't remember who was interviewing him, to be honest, and that was mentioned, and they seem to have, just from looking on the outside, Damien, they seem to have that core of 16 or 17 players that they've used, and Mick at Cormac Donaghy starting for the first time in the championship. You mentioned that score, an unbelievable kick from the sideline, and the subs just ready to absolutely erupt in celebration. But Killeeshil were in the Ulster final 11 years ago. Emmyvale beat them in the final, so
they were indeed.
They'll be hoping to get back there.
Yeah, Packy McMullen and Gary Riley played in that final that day, and Adam McGonnell, who starts today, Dylan O'Neill, who starts today, and Luke Donnelly, who starts today for Killeeshil side, were making their first Holy Communion that year. So there's a few boys have a few years on them at this stage.
Yeah, that's the typical club team. You've got a complete spectrum of ages there, but great bit of stats there, obviously on the money during the week, Damien. But no, I say Killeeshil have been here 11 years ago. Like Craigbane, from their point of view, like they have 7 intermediate championships. You know, they're the most decorated intermediate club in Derry. They obviously, emigration hit them badly, they dropped away, but they have 2 Ulster titles at intermediate level. And Kevin Moore, who's in charge of them, his 3 sons, Lee, Ryan and Rory, are on the squad today, and he's back on board. But they've a decent youth production line coming there, and they link in with Clonagale at Andres level. I think a certain young Dooher plays for them, so they've got that linkage there and would have great tradition. And obviously at the other side of that, Derry have never won this competition. Monaghan, I'm not sure the facts. Monaghan and Tyrone have sort of been the leaders. So
that's an incredible fact in itself that Derry haven't won the junior championship. And the man in charge, the Armagh man's in charge of the game this afternoon. Ryan Walsh from Donegal, Mark Turley will run the line, and Oisin McKee from Armagh will be the 4th official down in front of us here. And yeah, as you say, Mal, the Derry record at junior level hasn't been there, but it's been there obviously at intermediate level and senior.
It has been, but I think it probably says more about Tyrone as a county that they've got a bigger range of clubs that can go, and I've often said this, you know, you've a man from Kieran Gurley from Rock can go and play in All-Ireland finals from a junior club, and I think that says a lot about the county and the depth. But we're just about to head into the anthem here. So the first game is on here. The rain started at half time and it made it really, really difficult in the second half. So it's not an ideal, but I suppose, Damien, it's typical Ulster club weather, and we've been used to it so many years.
Yeah, look, it's a privilege for the teams to be here. They'll not worry too much about the weather. It's all about the fact that they've tucked away their county championships already, and they'll be anxious to get it up and running here in the Ulster campaign. But a formidable opposition for the men from Kileeshil this afternoon, taking on Craigbane, the Derry champions, who have overcome Ballymacquigan. Probably a much fancied Ballymacquigan side in the final.
I probably wasn't much in it. I sort of thought Craigbane would come through, to be honest. I think it just they beat Ballymacquigan in the semi-final 2 years ago when they won it. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what the standards like between the two counties, because they both won their titles, as you say. They won them with last minute scores, but now here they are. And
I think we're about to get up and going, because
we have no anthem.
No, I think what we got was the anthem was played in front of the senior hurling final a wee bit earlier on, where of course the men from Slough are away. We're 12 in a row now, as we're up and running here in Owenbeg, and it's Kileeshil up against the Derry champions Craigbane, and Kileeshil on the first attack and a chance to open the scoring. And what a super point that is to open the scoring from the big midfielder Dylan O'Neill, and it's a point to nil, and we're not even 20 seconds old yet, Mo.
What a start. You couldn't ask for much better. That's exactly what you'd want, and it gives them a chance to get a go at the kick out here as well. Packy McMullen, I'm trying to see where he has went to. It was Cormac Donaghy went right in the full forward line. Rory Moore is picking up Mark Monaghan there, so no real matchups yet as such, as Ben puts the ball down into the middle. Yeah, kick out away across the far side. Cormac Donaghy's on to early possession for Kileeshil once again, tries to play the ball forward down that left hand side where Packy McMullen was running onto it, but possession's been taken away by the midfielder Judo Moore for Craigbane, and he moves it out the field of play towards the centre half back Rory Moore, but he's dropped possession away. Tomas Hoyt in there foraging for it, and he tried to play it soccer style back towards his own defence, but it's been taken away by Jacob McElhenney on towards James McLaughlin out towards the middle of the field and beyond that 65 metre line. But again, once again, Kileeshil working hard to take possession away, and Luke Donnelly's won it across there, and now the men from Kileeshil can break through Michael Ciarty making good progress. Launches the ball into the inside forward line. Michael O'Neill's trying to get it in front, but he's well marshalled on that occasion by Owen Call. It's going to be an interesting battle, because Michael O'Neill's a fairly robust inside forward, and Owen Call and him's going to have an interesting afternoon. That's the perfect matchup. Craigbane will have highlighted that, and just off camera it's Adam McGonnell who's won out on Fergal Mortimer, the captain of Craigbane, to be sort of one of their main scorers, and with Brian Rainey playing out, it's left that matchup actually quite handy for Kileeshil. Judo Moore puts the ball in. There's a chance here for Craigbane, but it's easily taken away. Kieran Riley come out and handled that very well from a Kileeshil perspective, and they come out through the field of play wearing, of course, their own shorts and socks this afternoon, but the Tyrone jerseys on their backs. Both sides were clashing in terms of the colours, and it's very much a Tyrone Derry
contest this afternoon as the ball moved forward into the hands of the big midfielder Paul O'Neill, who launches it forward once again into the hands now of Owen Neal. Owen Neal under a spot of pressure plays possession back towards Cormac Donaghy. Cormac Donaghy elected to play it back out towards his midfielder Dylan O'Neill, who's full of confidence after kicking the first goal of the game. Is he going to kick the second one? He clips it in, but it's dropping in short and easily dealt with Ben O'Keefe there, who takes it out and gives it out towards Conor McLaughlin. And the men from Derry, Craigbane, come forward once again out towards the 45 metre line. Now in the hands of Brian Rainey. Rainey out towards his midfielder Jude Moore, and ball's been slipped on back towards Rainey once again. As you say, operating out around that middle sector, Mal, and we can see probably plenty of him in that role as we move into the rest of the game here.
Yeah, we will. And Kieran O'Neill's in on Jude Rowe, Jude McLaughlin, and Lee Moore has been marked by Bernard O'Neill, and the Kileeshil defence has won those first couple of early balls, so I'm sure they're happy about that.
Yeah, that'll give them confidence. The long ball in has been dealt with very well by the Kileeshil men thus far, and Packy McMullen will take the free inside his own half of the field. He's one of these players, Mal, that Craigbane will have earmarked, because he's the man that makes this Kileeshil side tick. Yeah,
I'm just wondering, are they going to play him like Craigbane are playing Brian Rainey as a spare man? So is it a competition of which of the two can actually influence it the most, because they're both in the same area of the pitch there at the moment, and I know from watching Craigbane that's the way Brian Rainey has played. So the only thing is Packy McMullen will be a scorer, so that'll maybe balance it, and he's on the ball again here, and you've obviously saw a lot more of him than I have, and he's not playing at this age for nothing. He's obviously a baller.
I absolutely know he's a brilliant ball player. As possession into the hands of Adam McGonnell down this near side, Michael O'Neill takes it on. He runs across the field of play looking for a bit of progress. Fist pass the ball inside. There's a danger here for the Craigbane defence. It fell into the hands of Kieran O'Neill, who's scored a point in the county final from cornerback, and a man that's not afraid to go up the field and look for scores, but that's gone out over the end line and wide. And the kick, well, it's going to be, I think they've given a free there instead of a wide. Well, yeah, the referee, I was wondering, because the goalkeeper didn't make any shape to kick that one off the ground at the 20 metre line.
I was wondering, was the show and go in operation already? I mean,
yeah.
But no, that first point was a great score, as you say, after 20 odd seconds in terms of settling it. But Craigbane's couple of attacks have been long, but it's been, I was about to say Kileeshil, it's been thrown jerseys that have come out with them. So do Craigbane change it and change up their approach? We'll see.
Yep, Craigbane make their way out beyond the halfway line, and it's into the hands of James McLaughlin across towards centre half back Rory Moore, under all sorts of pressure there. The Kileeshil men hammering into the tackles early as the ball breaks towards Jude Moore. Across on the far side is into the hands now of Michael Henny making a bit of progress. No, he turns back towards Moore once again, cross towards maybe the centre half forward. No, it's beyond him, out into the hands of Conor McLaughlin once again. Conor McLaughlin making a bit of progress now in the hands of Fergal Mortimer. Kicks it up high in the air, but it's going to drop in towards the edge of the square once again. Our Kileeshil are going to win 3 from 3. They didn't win it on this occasion. It goes in towards fullback David Lowry, who kicks it over the bar, and Craigbane open their account.
Yeah, David Lowry would have played in their Ulster winning team of 2011. He played at wing half forward, would be more noted for playing around the pitch. What a great start and a great kick out. And here we have, I think it's Mark Monaghan has got Kileeshil on the go here with a very, very swift kick out.
Long ball into the inside forward line where Tomas Hoy has won possession of the ball for Kileeshil. Comes out towards that 45 metre line. He's under lots and lots of pressure, but Hoy's a robust sort of player. He kicks it in. He's dropping in over the bar. It is indeed super point from Tomas Hoy, who's opened his account. And all 3 scores from play so far. It bodes for a good game.
Great response and a brilliant kick out from Kieran Riley there up the wing. And Mark Monaghan got the play going, but a fine score. And hopefully we'll see more of this, because we talk about football for the wrong reasons, but there's always lots of good games. Hopefully this is one of them here, Damien.
Yeah, certainly, as Kileeshil go ahead in the game once again. Ball out towards that midfield area. It's knocked down into the hands of Kileeshil hands once again, and it's Dylan O'Neill that has it, but he runs a bit of traffic, and in fairness to the Craigbane men, they take it away to Ceathair O'Kane, and away across the far side is now in the hands of cornerback Oisín O'Donnell. Oisín O'Donnell playing the ball forward towards Mortimer trying to win possession close to the sideline over there. Under a spot of pressure, 2 Kileeshil men in attendance, but he manages to slip the ball forward, and a heavy hit there. Luke Donnelly didn't miss him on that occasion, but it is a free to Craigbane. They've already taken it into the hands of Ceathair O'Kane. O'Kane across towards midfielder Jude Moore. Moore can slip the ball back inside, but elects to hold possession for the minute, and now it's back into the hands of centre half back Rory Moore. Rory Muir tries to go forward, heading towards that 45 metre line, clips the ball in towards the inside forward, where it's been won by full forward Lee Muir. Once again, Lee Muir on towards Jude Oak, and he puts it over the bar. And another good point, this time from Craigbane. And it's 2 points apiece.
Well worked score. The brothers Muir and then the other Muir coming off for the nice left-footed score. This is good at written for a really good game here so far, and no real space, so he's going long with the kick out again, but Craigbane have won it.
Yeah, Craigbane have won it away crossing the far side, and they're in possession of the ball. That's wing half forward Jacob McElhinney, who had it momentarily into the hands of Blaine Gormley, and now across towards Muir once again, and slipped out this near side where Ceathair O'Keefe has possession of the ball. Moves the ball forward, trying to find Mortimer under all sorts of pressure, but Mortimer managed to slip the ball to his wing half back Conor McLaughlin, who's under more pressure, and the referee says he's overcarried possession of the ball, much to the delight of the Killeeshil fans down their left hand side, and they can break out the field of play with it once again out to this near side into the hands of Mark Monaghan. Monaghan picks it up for Killeeshil. He's moving forward down this right hand side. Cormac Donaghy has it route one straight in towards Hoy, and that inside forward line was fouled, and he's a slippy customer, Tomas Hoy. He's won his free in there, and referee Enda Mallon called it early.
Yeah, it's maybe not obvious on television, but you could just see the referee looking at that. He was watching it and he saw it. So good refereeing, but an excellent start here, and it looks like the game that's going to go all the way. Like we were chatting earlier, what standard are the teams at? Because you never know when you're comparing two counties. But an excellent start here, and a more routine free than this last one here for Donaghy.
Yeah,
the one that won it.
Yeah. Cormac Donaghy, straightforward free. You would suspect that he just slips it over the bar, and in the 10th minute of the game, it's Kileeshil who take a 1 point lead once again. Cormac Donaghy is on the scoreboard with a free, and he'll be happy to get his campaign or his scoring exploits up and running this afternoon, as Craigbane once again come out with possession of the ball, following the short kick out towards it's out in this near side where Rainey's going to pick up possession of the ball. Brian Rainey, well inside his own half of the field at the minute, being pursued out there by Donaghy once again. Rainey looking for options,
and the options he doesn't have any, because Packy McMullen is where he was wanting to kick the ball to, and
sitting right on the edge of the D.
Yeah, if you've played football for that long, you know how it works. So great positioning.
Yeah, ball away across the far side where it's into the hands of cornerback Oisín O'Donnell. Slipped away across to the far side, and it's Craigbane trying to move in off the angle. It's now in the hands of Rainey once again. Rainey has an option out in this near side, and Blaine Gormley if he wants to use him, and he's heading in that direction, but manages to find Mortimer in a better position inside. Mortimer plays the ball short into the hands of corner forward Jude McLaughlin, and Jude McLaughlin looks like he split the post too, and that's a super score from the men from Craigbane, and the sides are level at 3 apiece.
A brilliant score, and I was starting to think, have they put all the emphasis on putting Packy McMullen in front of the two danger men up front, and was wondering how are Craigbane going to maximise Fergal Mortimer, but he came in to set up that score. So it's that wee triangle that Kileeshil will be trying to curb, but likewise it's the kickouts that improved very effective for Kileeshil, but Craigbane have actually got this one here back. So
yep, ball knocked down in the midfield area where it's been picked up by Rory Muir. Away across the far side, it's in the hands of Ceathair O'Keefe, or is it? No, Ceathair O'Keefe couldn't keep it in play. So Conal Monaghan will take the sideline ball, and he's already gets it up and moving into the hands of Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill didn't win it the first time of asking, and you're not going to get a second chance in this game.
No, it's excellent stuff here, and to be fair to both teams, from walking across the pitch, the conditions are really, really tricky, to be fair to both teams, and they're making the most of it here.
But they're playing very positively, both teams at the minute. Ball into the hands of Brian Rainey. Now out into the hands of Blaine Gormley. Blaine Gormley, first time ball into that inside forward line, in towards his full forward Lee Muir. Flips it back out towards Jude Ogmuir, and it's now in the hands of Mortimer in there. Fergal Mortimer inside the 20 metre line momentarily, but he's looking for options further on out the field of play, and he launches way out towards Rainey. Rainey goes over the top of his head into the hands now of his number 6 there, Rory Muir, out towards cornerback Call, way across on the far side. It's the other cornerback O'Donnell who's made progress. Once again, back into the hands of Call. Owen Call for Craigbane, looking for the next score in the game. Owen Call off the outside of the right boot. It's gone in, and it's so I would have thought it was going over the bar, but Kieran Riley we thought different, and he manages to stop the score. And Kileeshil are on the attack once again, but they haven't got very many men up ahead of them. I think Craigbane were fans were calling it too many steps there, but Killeeshil are still in possession of the ball, and away across the far side it's Michael O'Neill that picks it up. Slips it back to centre half forward Mark Monaghan, and now with centre half back Conal Monaghan. Conal Monaghan heading towards the 45 metre line. He has an outlet pass on Kieran O'Neill out to his right, but he elects to go back inside towards McMullen. Now into the hands of Monaghan once again. Killeeshil making progress up now towards their corner back Kieran O'Neill, who's fairly robust, but the referee says he's overcarried possession there and disciplined defending.
He's been consistent with the steps, and it was a wee bit like the hurling before. You know, you don't mind as long as it's the same for both ways. And if you look back on the FRC last weekend, if anything happens out of it, the steps is refereed that wee bit better from now on everywhere.
Yep. Well, away across the far side it's Conor McLaughlin that has it for Craigbane, out towards Moore in the midfield area. Well, he's not quite the midfield area, he's in around that half back line at the minute. But Craigbane look like they're settled into the game a bit more. Now into the hands of Oisín O'Donnell, trying to get a pattern of play here, Craigbane, but they don't give it away. In towards their wing half back Conor McLaughlin. McLaughlin away across the far side. They carry possession out through Owen Call. And it's now in the hands of Rainey once again. Rainey out over the 65 metre line, slips the ball into the hands of Glenn Gormley. Glenn Gormley goes to ground. Now he was helped there by Paul O'Reilly, got a good challenge in. And Killeeshil have possession once again. Launches it out in towards Cormac Donaghy in that inside forward line. Cormac Donaghy trying to win it on the 45 metre line. And a loose leg, we'll put it like that there, has found a Craigbane player, and it will be a free and probably a booking here for Cormac Donaghy. Good
defending from Conor McLaughlin at the start, but the worry is Blaine Gormley's down injured. Would have had a lot of injury problems, and lesser people would have hung up their boots by this stage, but he's at it, but he's back on his feet and would be a real driving force from them at midfield here. And he was one of the people, him and Rory Moore, who come on in the second half of that county final to try and steady the thing whenever Ballymcguigan were something like 1-5 to 5 points up at half time. So you need all your key players, but you know, you chatted with Packy McMullen, we're just, the camera's maybe not picking him up at the moment. He's just in front of Lee Moore and Jude McLaughlin, and whatever pass Craigbane are trying to play, it has to be perfect, and in these conditions that's not easy.
Not easy is right, but here come the men from Craigbane once again trying to force the issue, but they've given possession away, and Killeeshil are on the attack once again as they move it out from their own half back through Monaghan. Further on out the field, it's into the hands of Dylan O'Neill. Dylan O'Neill looking for a long ball in towards Hoy. Hoy peels away out to the left hand side, trying to win possession over there. He's low to the ground, he's pretty sharp on his feet. Hoy tries to take it towards the 20 metre line and move across the field of play, but he's well marshalled on this occasion, has to go short. Now it's in the hands of Michael O'Neill from long range. Michael O'Neill hits it in, but well, it wasn't Ben O'Kane, struggles to deal with it, deals with it in the end, plays it out towards Brian Rainey, and Rainey can tidy up possession into the hands now of Fergal Mortimer down this left hand side of the field. Carries it out beyond the 45 metre line. Wasn't the greatest pass in the world, but managed to get possession back in the hands of Mortimer once again. Mortimer launches it forward, and he's looking for his inside forward there, Lee Moore. Lee Moore goes to ground. Referee says no foul, much to the annoyance of the Craigbane faithful.
I don't think you're going to see a more obvious push anywhere this weekend, Damien.
Well, I think they got away with one there, Killeeshil. They have it in the hands now of Dylan O'Neill, and if they get a score to this, it'll only rub salt in the wound. A long ball goes into that inside forward line, and a mark that has been taken by Michael O'Neill in there, and a fairly straightforward opportunity here that could have resulted from a questionable decision down on our left.
You always coach your player to go down, and somebody's coming and maybe come with a lazy push, and that was one of them. But to be fair, a quick breakaway, and it did well to take the mark, but can he score it?
And Michael O'Neill doesn't normally miss, but the referee's not happy with where he took it, so it's going to be a hot ball. Craigbane will maybe see that as a bit of justice.
It looks like he's going to throw it up, is he?
I think he will. I think he is. Well, that's where the shaving foam could have come into play there in terms of marking. He's always thought that that's one of the rules that should have run in straight away. That could come straight into the club game.
That could.
You know, possession of the ball is in Craigbane's hands, and they've won possession, and they take it out the field, out towards their cornerback Oisín O'Donnell, who's seen a lot of possession in the opening half so far. O'Donnell slips it out towards Judo Moore, and he plays the ball forward, and Craigbane have numbers over here if they can move possession quickly. They're on the attack down that right hand side through the wing half forward James McElhenney, but a set back inside towards Mortimer nearly won it, but I think the ground beat him on that occasion. Couldn't get his footwork sorted to get away to possession, and Kileeshil have won it and won the free.
They'll be disappointed. Craigbane was a great breakaway. Jacob McElhenney really influential up that wing, but the conditions are tricky, and here's Kileeshil coming back at them.
O'Neill's on the attack for Kileeshil, but Kileeshil don't have the numbers up ahead of him at the minute. He goes to ground, and referee says that's a fair battle into the hands of Paul O'Neill shoves it out to the far side. Packy McMullen picks it up. He'll settle it down for Kileeshil. Look at the long ball forward. Lovely pass towards Michael O'Neill. He peels out to the left hand side to win it 13 metres or 20 metres away from goals. Out close to that sideline over there into the hands of Mark Monaghan. Mark Monaghan across the field of play to where Michael Carty's picked it up, and across the field of play now into the hands of Dylan O'Neill under all sorts of pressure. Referee says play on. Good piece of football there from Ceathair O'Keane, who's working hard, and now he's under all sorts of pressure, and equally so the referee says play on, and he's right. Cormac Donaghy goes to ground. That is a high challenge, and I suspect Oisín O'Donnell might be having a word with the referee shortly. No, referee should get up.
He's letting a lot go. Like Ceathair O'Keane for a start would have felt he got a free, then he could have been one given against him, and I'm all for letting it go and trying to let it, but in these conditions maybe you need to nip something, because the teams are fairly well matched.
They are. There's
a lot at stake. Conditions are tricky. So
well, Lorcan Martin's come out of the field. I think Lorcan Martin's going to pick up a yellow card. He is indeed. He probably infringed there. His physio should have been in, but not him, and he picks up a yellow card, and will have to spend his time on the sideline, as he knows. And Packy McMullen is going to take the resultant free.
The dangerous thing is that teams now know that they can take a chance.
Yeah.
This is the worrying thing about letting it go too much.
Well, Packy McMullen takes the free, drops it in, dropping in short, but the goalkeeper and the fullback nearly got caught in got up there. Cormac Donaghy tried to win it back, but he's given possession away, and Craigbane have won the free deep inside their own half of the field. 3 points apiece here in Owenbeg. Just 19.5 minutes going in the opening half, and scoring just seems to have dried up slightly.
It has. Brilliant take by Blaine Gormley, a wee bit like keeper Riley at the other end. Great handling in difficult conditions, but as you say, there hasn't been a score after a very, very open in probably 10 or 12 minutes.
Fergal Mortimer has it down this left hand side of the field. He slips the ball forward, now back into the hands of the number 8 there, Blaine Gormley. Gormley goes short with it out towards the midfield, where's corner forward, not playing anywhere near corner forward, Brian Rainey now towards Moore. Moves it across the far side. Craigbane tried to change the angle. Coming in off the right hand side is Conor McLaughlin. Conor McLaughlin making good progress, going towards the edge of the D, slips it out to James McLaughlin. James McLaughlin further out now towards Lee Moore. Lee Moore just 40 metres away from goals. Plays the ball across now into the hands of the midfielder once again, Blaine Gormley. He's just inside the Kileeshil half of the field. Moves it into the hands of the hard working Brian Rainey. Rainey slips it back inside into towards corner back O'Donnell. Rainey went to ground. Referee says there's nothing wrong with that. Away across on the far side, it's Conor McLaughlin once again trying to get involved in the play. The ball goes in, and it looks like another score. It is indeed. The Craigbane team have got another score. They lead now. Is that the first time they've led in the game?
I think that's Jude Moore with a score, one with each leg. I'm nearly sure it's him.
Yep, looks like it. And Craigbane lead 4-3. I think that's their first time they've led in the contest.
Yeah, and look on my watch here, with 9 minutes to the half. But like what I see so far, good competitive game for viewers watching. Kileeshil have that breeze. You can see the flags, but more importantly, Craigbane have the ball at this stage.
They haven't even. They've picked it up in the midfield area, where they seem to have settled in well over there. Ball across towards Ceathair O'Keane on the far side. Has an outlet pass inside, but he elects to go back out towards his midfielder, Jude Moore, who's kicked 2 points in the game so far. In possession of the ball, and plays it across towards Rory Moore, who has a bit of a free role there at the minute. Molly doesn't seem to have anybody to mark other than to sit in as a bit of a playmaker in there.
That'll suit Craigbane, because the one thing they were in the county final was maybe a wee bit open. So Rory Moore, maybe that's the box he's trying to tick. Unfortunately, he hasn't played an awful lot of football, so maybe Killeeshil need to ask questions of him, because if they sit back, the likes of Rory Moore and Brian Rainey, like they're doing now, will dictate the game. You know, and you know, you said it a wee while ago, Craigbane have settled into it. They definitely have their home soil here in Derry, so they'll be happy enough where they're at so far.
They certainly will. And it's the men from Craigbane that have it at the minute, and they've got it through Blaine Gormley. Slips it back to O'Kane. Just looking at the flags down the right hand side, the flags, will any sort of breeze in this open half is definitely favouring the men from Killeeshil. But it's the men from Craigbane that have possession of the ball, and they lead in the scoreboard 4 points to 3. Now into the hands of Lee Moore. Lee Moore runs into his own man and then tries to slip it over his shoulder back towards his Rory Moore. Now in the hands of cornerback there, O'Donnell slipping the ball forward, but he gave a telegraph pass right down the throat of the Killeeshil men, and they have it in that shape of Mark Monaghan. Outlet passes Cormac Donaghy peels away down that left hand side. Donaghy wins possession of the ball, tries to slip it back inside towards Luke Donnelly. Luke Donnelly's under spot of pressure. There's Tomas Hoy across to win possession of the ball. Jinks and weaves, turns out towards the 20 metre line, and Tomas Hoy split the post. He has indeed. Second point of the game for Tomas Hoy, and in the 24th minute the sides are level again.
Yeah, very, very end-to-end game so far. You know, he's letting everything go, the ref. You know, everything's just
which is helping the game.
It is helping the game, and here we are with another. Well, I think it was Luke Donnelly made the interception back there. Now you said it was a loose pass, but they made the most of it, and Craigbane have a bit of work to do to get it out of here. Yeah,
there's short kickouts, maybe one that they're comfortable with, obviously. Brian Rainey won the free, gives it to Ceathair O'Kane. Ceathair O'Kane slips it out towards cornerback Owen Call making a bit of progress up the field of play now. Looking up ahead of him now, where's his options? Slips the ball now towards Moore, and then long ball in towards the inside forward line, but Killeeshil once again take possession away, out towards Adam McGonnell on this near side, and McGonnell has it now for Killeeshil, under spot of pressure from Mortimer, but it's back in the hands of Michael Ciarty. A goal and 2 in the championship so far this year. I was glad to see those stats coming through from Jamal earlier in the week. I was about to go and do my homework, and then suddenly they had all arrived.
Oh, here you got to do your homework. But I wasn't digging up people's Holy Communion dates like you were. you had more done than me.
Possession away across on the far side, where Killeeshil have possession of the ball now, out towards that half back line, and they're on the attack through Cormac Donaghy. Donaghy picked up a yellow card earlier in the game, but he slips the ball now towards his centre half back, Conal Monaghan. Further on out the field of play, Donaghy has it now into the hands of the midfielder Dylan O'Neill. A goal or 2 points in this year's championship and a point here today, so he's up to 3 for his championship campaign into the hands of Michael O'Neill. Tomas Hoy's sort of migrated further on out the field of play. He's a live wire in there now. Packy McMullen takes up this space in the edge of the square, and he puts a hand up as if to say, right, launch it in on top of me, and that's what Cormac Donaghy's going to do. Long ball in towards McMullen, inside forward line, but it's gone away for a 45 metre line, and it's just interesting to see the way Packy McMullen, he just left his position from Trooper and he decided, I'm going to go up, and Killeeshil looked for him immediately. Yeah, he had both hands in there and he wanted it, and I'm not sure how long it's happened, Damien, but Blaine Gormley's definitely sitting that wee bit deeper there, him and Rory Moore, so maybe Craigbane are afraid of that ball going over, because there was a couple of very quick Killeeshil attacks, and you can nearly see Cormac Donaghy just eyeing him up there. You know, it was just asking to be punched into the net. Yep. So it will be a 45 for the men from Killeeshil, and it's fullback Bernard O'Neill who's the man selected to take the 45s this year. We've seen him slot a few in the championship, well, slot a few more in the league really than the championship, but can he get Killeeshil's next score of the game? He slips on the sod when it goes in and off Killeeshil hands and out for a wide, so
it just gives you an indication of the conditions the players are having to deal with here. And to be fair, it is a really good game so far. You know, 1 point from a free, a few sort of half chances for breakaway goals, breakaway scores. So happy so far. And we have
3.5 minutes to the break. Possession at the feet of Ben O'Kane. Killeeshil pressing up on this kick out, and they could put a bit of heat on Blaine Gormley, but he plays it across towards his centre half back Rory Moore, and he in turn launches away across on the far side, where Craigbane have a wee bit of space over there as O'Donnell comes forward once again into the hands of James McLaughlin, making progress beyond the 45 metre line. Plays it back out towards that wing half back Conor McLaughlin. he's under all sorts of pressure, and a bit of a shove in the back there, no doubt. And Colin Monaghan got caught out by the player just stopping in front of him. That happens quite regularly.
It does, like playing
a bit of cuteness.
Definitely, it's a tricky enough kick. Lee Muir wants the ball. He wants to get a kick at it here. Would definitely be seen as their talisman up front. I know Jude McLaughlin is 6'12", but he's not going for it.
He's not going for it. Well, he comes out, takes a look at it, and thinks, no, it's not for me. Plays it out towards Blaine, and now into the hands of fullback Lowry, David Lowry, who's kicked a goal in 3 points in this year's championship from fullback.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, he would probably be more of a central player, but he has been playing full-back, and then when Nisha O'Menon went out injured, he was definitely going to be back there. But here's that man Muir in possession, but they're a long way from a score at this point. Yeah,
Cian has it now for Craigbane. He's under a bit of pressure, gives it out towards Blaine Gormley. Blaine Gormley steps it inside towards Conor McLaughlin. Conor McLaughlin, short pass across towards Rory Muir, back into the hands of Lee Muir. And now it's Craigbane across on the far side in the shape of Jude Og Muir. Plays it to this near side where Blaine Gormley picks it up once again. And Craigbane just a bit of sideways and backwards football here at the minute. They may be happy enough to see this one out to the break here, given the fact that they'll play with whatever wind advantage there is here in Owenbeg in the second half.
I think you would, and then when you saw Dylan O'Neill lumping one over after 20 seconds, you're thinking, where are we at? But
ball is gone free again. Once again, Michael Carty's out with it. Michael Carty on towards Tomas Hoy. Tomas Hoy immediately looks up where Cormac Donaghy picks it up beyond the 45 metre line. And it's now back with Carty once again, and plays into the hands of Dylan O'Neill. Dylan O'Neill, outlet pass on this near side where he launches away across the field into the hands of centre half back Conal Monaghan. Conal Monaghan makes a bit of progress out towards the Craigbane 45 metre line. Short pass into the hands of Mark Monaghan, and back into the hands of Connell once again. Connell looks for a long ball across the field of play, racing up there to try and win it. McMullen inside, but Craigbane had numbers in there to take it away. It's going to be one additional minute at the end of the opening half, and Scarrow Kane carried it into a dark alley there, and there was only going to be one winner.
There is, and there's nothing like a turnover to give you a lift,
particularly in the opposition's half.
And if they could get a score out of this, even more. But
big score now before the break.
It's tricky. Any free taker comes to Owenbeg knows that it's always tricky to try and get your range and to try and work out the breeze. But
Cormac's looking up for this one. He kicked the most pressurised kick of his life in the county final to win it for Kileeshil. Can he kick this one on the Ulster Club? It's going in, but once again it's gone out to the left, has it? Well, it's gone off Craigbane hands in there, and I think David Lowry was the man that dropped it wide, but he'd be glad that it was wide and not into the net.
I think it was Blaine Gormley.
Oh, was it?
But he had actually plucked a couple of fairly important catches earlier. He'd been out with hand injury during the championship, not much wrong with it up to now, but slippy conditions.
Set his right lows may be required at half time.
Yeah, does Bernard O'Neill approach the kick any different? He slipped on the last one. He's thinking, have I got a better spot over here? But a point would be a very welcome one for the Tyrone men at this stage.
Certainly will be. Maybe try and get a bit more of the technique rather than the raw aggression at hitting this one. Doesn't want to slip on the surface twice. Kicking down towards those goals on our right hand side, kicks it in, better strike this time, and it is a better strike through the post and over the bar. Bernard O'Neill has launched one over, and Kileeshil lead by a single point.
Yeah, and this, for anybody who's just tuned in and see the scoreline, it's exactly the way the game has panned out. It's been point for point, both teams going at it. As you can see now, Craigbane using it's time up, but they've used the short kick out with having Brian Rainey back. Whenever Packy McMullen was back for Kileeshil were still going long, but they were losing them, Damien. So maybe their plan at half time might be, do we change it?
Look, we've had 5 points to 4 at half time. People may think it's a low scoring contest, but we've had 9 really good quality points, haven't we? And it's been end-to-end football.
It has, and I think I've said it already, the teams deserve an awful lot of credit. It's hard to understand Craigbane without in the Derry jerseys. It's hard to get your head around the jerseys here today, but no, it's set the tone from Dylan O'Neill's point in the very first minute, and then we had end-to-end scores, and we had one where I think it was Owen Call had one caught from above the crossbar by Kieran Riley. So if we have more of this in the second half, I think everybody will be happy. The question is, Damien, are Craigbane the happier team now, going in a point down, knowing what the breeze has been like here? But well matched teams. I think that's a fair enough reflection on what we saw here so far. The teams are fairly well matched, and it looks like this one's going to go all the way.
Yeah, well, 5 points to 4 at half time for the visitors here to Owenbeg in Derry. Kileeshil lead at the break. Join us again in 10 minutes or so. We'll bring you full second half coverage in this Ulster Junior Club Championship match. First round coverage here on Ulster GAA TV. Very warm welcome back to Owenbeg, where the scoreline at half time is Killeeshil, who lead by 5 points to 4 in this Ulster Junior Club Championship Round 1 game here on Ulster GAA TV. Mal McMullen's back from a well-earned cup of tea at the break, and we're up and running for what should be a very entertaining, hopefully, second half. Mal?
Yeah, I just see actually Adam McGonnell's going back into the full back lane on Jude McLaughlin, and here we are with Craigbane have made the turnover. Yeah,
Craigbane trying to play the ball forward into the hands of Lee Moore, way across on the far side, picks up possession of the ball out towards the 20 metre line. Lee kicks one up in the air, and that one's gone about 10 yards forward and about 100 yards in the air, but it's going to break free, or two's hands. Well, push up in the back, it's going to be a free out to Kileeshil, and it's now back in the hands of Kieran Riley.
So it was Oisin O'Donnell who went on to Packy McMullen, but then Oisin O'Donnell's playing like he did in the first half, that spare man. Packy McMullen playing back. So it's, in terms of a layout, bar McGonnell going in on Jude McLaughlin, it's pretty much as it was.
So Kileeshil, who play into a slight breeze in the second half. Well, I think the breeze is more or less blowing across the field from what we can see from our the flags down the right hand side, but the long ball's been launched into that inside forward line. Craigbane win possession of it in there by Owen Call, now into the hands of James McLaughlin. McLaughlin further out the field of play, out into the hands of Brian Rainey. I say both sides playing in their change strips this afternoon as Gahar O'Kane shovels the ball forward, gets possession back in his hands once again, goes to ground, slips on the surface, and he's picked up a bit of a head injury there because he slipped into the knee of a Killeeshil player, and he's going to take a second or two to recover from that.
Yeah, I can't see him needing to be replaced, but as I say, if there's a head contact at all, that's the way it has to be. But he had lost control of the ball the more he had sort of
see Paul O'Neill there just filled his knee, and he can just imagine what Gahar's head's feeling like.
Ironically, 2 years ago, whenever they played Drumlane in the Ulster Series, Gahar got sent off early in the first half, and I know Craigbane have had regrets over that game since. They feel that they had a chance to win Ulster, so it's not that it's redemption this year because it's new teams, but they feel that they have a point to prove.
Yeah, say not 5-4 here at the scoreline at the break, and the first score of the second half will be a big one as Kileeshil have it way across on the far side into the hands of centre half forward now. Mark Monaghan's making his way forward, goes slips the ball towards Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill making great progress right on the far side. It's wing half back Michael Carty, who's seen a lot of possession of the ball out towards Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill slips the ball towards Tomas Hoy across there. Tomas Hoy coming back across the field to play. Floodlights really starting to take their place now, as it's now in the hands of Mark Monaghan. Mark Monaghan towards Packy McMullen. Packy McMullen out this near side, cultured left foot, plays the ball out towards Conal Monaghan. Conal Monaghan heading towards the 20 metre line and beyond, into the 13 metre line and beyond that as well. Back out towards a great run actually from Owen Neal. Owen Neal plays the ball across towards Dylan O'Neill, who's under all sorts of pressure, and the referee says it's illegal, is it? No, he says play on. O'Neill tried to pick it up, but Craigbane had numbers in there and they come out with possession of the ball. They've won the free, and in fairness to the referee, he's let things go right from the beginning, and at least we know where we stand.
You do, and that was probably cut and paste of the one you said in the first half. Remember where somebody had been down into a dark alley and lost the ball, so that was exactly the same. One call pushed them off there. Yeah, the referees let it go. So
once again, what is the big challenges down that left hand corner? He just seems to ignore them. Possession now in the hands of Oisin O'Donnell. Can Craigbane get a score to that? Because that would be again one that would hurt Kileeshil, given the fact that they maybe felt that he should have had a free in there.
Yeah, well, he pushed out into his face there, but the referee's made a decision that he's letting a lot of stuff go here.
Yeah, Kileeshil have the hands on the ball once again, win possession deep in their own half of the field, slip it out towards Packy McMullen. Packy McMullen coming out towards the halfway line, now in the hands of Paul O'Neill, and now in the hands of cornerback Kieran O'Neill. Kieran O'Neill goes route one, plays towards Cormac Donaghy. Cormac Donaghy picks up possession of the ball, look to go out on his right, into the hands now of Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill doesn't need a second invitation to shoot if he gets the opportunity. Ball back out in the field towards Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill looks around, what's his options? He has one away across on the far side in the shape of wing half forward Luke Donnelly. Back now with Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill across the field of play, but that went into nobody in particular, only down the throat of Fergal Mortimer, who picks it out and gives it into the hands of Conor McLaughlin. Conor McLaughlin slips the ball forward into the hands of Oisin O'Donnell. Oisin O'Donnell offloads possession out towards corner forward Jude McLaughlin. Ball drops short. Once again dealt with by Kieran Riley.
And just off the ball, David Larry just pushed Tomas Hoy to the ground, and he was appealing to the umpires, but the umpires had zero interest, so there seems to be a conversation that we're letting everything go here.
Well, possession now in the hands of the men from Kileeshil. Just started the second half, which is just 5 minutes old. Ball launched forward. Rory Moore under all sorts of pressure. He's picked it off the ground. Another good turnover for Kileeshil. There's a 1-on-1 for Kileeshil at the minute. They seem to have lacked the bodies in the inside forward line.
I think it was the right call. I think Rory did touch the ball on the ground there. Well, although the referee's got a better angle than I have, but and I'm looking here at Donaghy. He doesn't have an awful lot to go to here, Damien. Inside, although,
no, he's not.
Although there's going to be no runs because we're obviously getting the referees' earpiece sorted.
I tell you what, there's a bigger commentary going on between Tomas Hoy and the umpire than there is probably here at the minute. And Endemol, once again, not happy with. I think he's indicating that there's a man standing on the sideline with a black top on him, and I can't see his linesman, but that remains to be seen. Anyway, ball launched forward. Tomas Hoy has one possession of the ball. 20 metres away from goals, 13 metres away from goals, cuts back inside. Tomas Hoy, brilliant block there once again. Craigbane turned possession away into the hands of Packy McMullen. He's there to pick it up, slips it out to his wing half forward. Luke Donnelly offloads possession into the hands of Michael Ciarty. Michael Ciarty back into the hands of Michael O'Neill. On round the side towards Cormac Donaghy. Cormac Donaghy launches it further out the field of play, and Kileeshil will have to change the angle of attack now through Mark Monaghan, 50 metres away from goals.
Yeah, Michael Ciarty is actually the man that's further forward here. He's right inside. You maybe can't see him in the camera, but he's the man closer to goal.
Yeah, O'Neill to Hoy. Hoy goes to ground, but he's not going to win a free for that. And Craigbane can tidy it up, or can they? They have indeed. There was Jude Moore in there to tidy it up. And every single free is going to be hard fought for.
It is, and there's a bit boiling over off camera behind us here. There's a few lads exchanging words here, but
Moore goes to ground, but manages to keep possession alive for Craigbane. And it's now back out with Rory Moore once again.
With two well-matched teams, Damien.
I can't believe Kileeshil haven't pushed somebody up onto Rory Moore, because he's always the outlet.
He is, and Craigbane will absolutely love that, because that suits him down to the ground. As we'll see now, he's the man. But it's a good, tough championship game in difficult conditions. We've had those scores, as we said early on, and we've got the potential of a game that's going to go to the last decision or two.
Yep, back with Call under all sorts of pressure. Kileeshil are onto the ball. Ball was spinning around, but it's now in the hands of cornerback Adam McGonnell. McGonnell heads out towards the 65 metre lane. Referee says he's overcarried it. No messing around with the referee Enda Mallon, and he says, just tell you what, we'll move that ball. It's meant to be 13 metres forward, but it looks like, well.
And you know what, you see on that move, if that had been a free for Kileeshil, there was so much room to Hoy inside. There was no, but like Kileeshil had no link, so I don't know what they're going to do with the free. Yeah, but
they could do with an 11, I think, at the minute. They're playing at 11.
So you don't know, do they put Packy McMullen there and stay there if he's the person they feel is that outlet? I don't know, because you've Donaghy and Hoy, who obviously are tricky individuals, but they need the ball. Well,
they do, and maybe as far as Kileeshil are concerned, they are leading in the game, so they can dictate it. Ball now in the hands of Mortimer. He picks up the sloppy pass, gives it across, one to the hands of Mortimer once again, but he runs into the clutches of Paul O'Neill. Manages to offload it across towards Oisín O'Donnell. Back out towards midfielder Jude Moore. Jude Oak heads towards that 45 metre line, slips the ball back inside. We've had what have we had, 7 minutes almost, more,
nearly 9
minutes of the second half, and we're still waiting the first score of the second half.
Because I was just thinking, is this playing into Kileeshil? Because as you said, Damien, they are leading, albeit it's only by a point, but they are leading. It's up to Craigbane to try and change it.
It certainly is.
I'm just wondering, to try and get Fergal Mortimer into the game more. He seems to be playing more in the wing. He maybe needs to be on the ball more than he is.
Yep, well, Mark Monaghan has it now. He slips the ball forward. He's looking for an on-running Owen Neil to get the possession. Owen Neil has eventually won possession of the ball. Tomas Hoy, he's out that pass. Tomas Hoy coming in off this left-hand side, slips in towards O'Neill, but the ball didn't go to hand. It wasn't the greatest pass in the world. Maybe on a dry day it might have worked out alright, but he's won it back, Tomas Hoy, but the referee says he's won it back illegally. He's a tricky customer in there, so he is.
He definitely is.
For all the size of him.
Like Craigbane had 2 let-offs there. Like the pass obviously wasn't what it needed to be, and then obviously the free out. But Blaine Gormley made that block back there. You know, it's a lot of the plays went through the legs of Blaine Gormley, Oisin O'Donnell, Rory Moore, as you touched on. But it's from their point of view, they needed to be going through this man and Lee Moore.
Ball now into the hands of the Craigbane men through McLaughlin. Now towards Moore once again. Now into the hands of Lee Moore. Lee Moore comes out the field of play and he says, give me that, I'm going to try and change things here. As he slotted the score, he's had another wide for Craigbane. Out to the right of the post and wide. Have we got a wide count there? Nope. No. So we're not keeping the negative stats here today, only the positive ones, and there's going to be a change on the Craigbane team. And number 18, Aaron Sharkey, is about to make his way onto the field of play. And Aaron Sharkey's already contributed a goal and 6 to the championship so far this year.
He has. I've noticed him. He has been playing. He's lost his spot over his past couple of weeks with them bringing boys back in. But
Gary Riley's also warming up for Killeeshil. Packy McMullen plays the ball across the field of play towards centre half back Conal Monaghan. Launches the ball forward looking for Cormac Donaghy. Donaghy wins possession of the ball, slips it back inside towards Luke Donnelly. Luke Donnelly's going to take a bit of time and space. Luke Donnelly, great run off from the court side. When it goes to ground, referee says that's a free. Free from just outside the square, but it's a good run from Donnelly. Good combination between him and Donaghy.
It was, and all of a sudden Kileeshil are looking that wee bit more dangerous. Like that's a couple of attacks where it's been either, you know, it's been called back for a free here, or that one where the move broke down. But in a game like this, a 2-point lead is fairly significant. You talked about needing a number 11. Is Gary Riley going to be that man? Is that the role he's going to come on to? We'll see.
Yeah, definitely a man that can operate in around that half-forward line if needed. Ball is going in over the bar. Is that Cormac Donaghy with a score? It is indeed. Killeeshil lead by 2, and that's the first time in the game that's happened.
And
it's taken them to the 46th minute to get that, or 42nd minute, sorry, to get that score.
And Donaghy's been replaced. Cormac Donaghy's been replaced. Likewise, Jude McLaughlin on the Craigbane team.
So in comes Aaron Sharkey, and in comes Gary Riley. Cormac Donaghy kicks the free and then is removed. Interesting.
Oh, they've lost the kick out, or have they? They have.
Gary Riley picks it up for Killeeshil. Back towards Packy McMullen. Offloads possession to cross towards Dylan O'Neill, and across on the far side. It's now in the hands of Gary Riley. Gary Riley looking for options up ahead of him. Slips it in towards Luke Donnelly once again. Luke Donnelly trying to win possession of the ball across close to that sideline over there. Goes to ground. Referee says no foul, and he's picked the ball up off the ground. So it will be a free to Craigbane deep inside their own half of the field.
A let off for Craigbane. Gary Riley did really well to win that break, but it was a risky enough kick out up through the middle in those conditions. And they're going to need a score here. I know there's a long way to go in this game, but Craigbane need a score to settle themselves if nothing else.
Ball now out in the hands of Blaine Gormley. Slips it inside towards the hard working Brian Rainey, who launches inside once again towards Mortimer. Mortimer could do with a score in the game for this Craigbane side. Now out towards Moore in the midfield area. Back in towards Ceathair O'Kane. Ceathair O'Kane offloads it towards wing half back Conor McLaughlin. McLaughlin slips it inside. Killeeshil just happy to sit back in, sort of play a bit of his own defence here at the minute. Let the Craigbane men throw it around. Now into the hands of James McLaughlin. Only 30 yards away from goal. Doesn't elect to have a shot though. McElhenney played it out and away across the side where Blaine Gormley says, I've seen enough of the messing around. Long ball in towards the edge of the square, and it's breaking in there and it's dropping in over the bar. Not sure, got a hand under or not. Maybe Moore got another score.
I'm not sure if Judo touched that or not, but you hit the nail on the head. Blaine Gormley is fed up looking at it, and he went for the shot. And you know what? It took a bit of bravery. They needed a score, and they needed somebody with a wee bit of leadership, and Blaine Gormley ticks that box. 1 point game.
Yeah. It's 15 and a half minutes to go here in Owenbeg, and this contest is up for grabs yet. Well,
very much so on that score, and Blaine Gormley he hasn't won possession, but he got a hand to kick out. What way's the line ball going? I've absolutely no idea. Thankfully I'm not the linesman.
Well, the linesman's very clear about it. He's given it to Craigbane across on the far side, and a chance for them to set up another attack. That's Glengormley's first score of the game.
Yeah, and he's had a big say. Like, and he dropped the ball for that. I think it was one with the 45 just before half time. But aside from that, he's been flawless, and he made that block, and he was sitting back when they needed somebody to cover the space. And he obviously kicked that score whenever they were just hanging for a point. But I'm looking around here, there's no real forward pass on. They're going to have to go back, and it's risky enough because Dylan O'Neill is lurking around there, so it's all the way back. But they need to come this side.
Yeah, it certainly is. As the men from Derry come out to a possession of the ball through David Lowry out towards on his given away. Michael O'Neill's lurking intent, and he got possession of the ball. He's won the free.
Black card material, is it?
Well, referee's in no particular hurry across there, so he might be happy enough with the decision that he's made himself. I think the yellow card is going to be Blaine Gormley's, but there's a call to be made here.
There is a call to be made, and the question is, did he deem he pulled him back or pull him down?
I think that's just yellow.
A black would be significant.
I think it'll end up a yellow card here.
I would say Kevin Muir in front of me is praying it's going to be yellow, and Kileeshil calling for black. Yellow it is.
Yeah, Blaine Gormley picks up a yellow card. That's only the second yellow card of the game. The other one went to Cormac Donaghy.
On another day that could have been interpreted black, but
Packy McMullen takes it, launches it inside toward Tomas Hoy. Tomas Hoy comes out to the left hand side, gives it now into the hands of McMullen once again, looking around. Clips the ball across the field of play into that inside forward line, but it's gone astray into the hands of the men from Craigbane, and they've got it into the hands of Jude O'Meara. 2 points in the game so far. Fields away at that left hand side, slips it back into the hands of O'Donnell. He's been very busy for Craigbane, but he's overcarried it, and that's another good turnover from Kileeshil's perspective.
And with that substitution, it's now Lee Moore and Fergal Mortimer playing inside up top.
McMullen takes possession of the ball for Kileeshil, looks up to his left hand side. He's looking for Michael O'Neill perhaps. Michael O'Neill picks it up just inside the 65 metre line. No options up ahead of him. Goes back towards Gary Riley.
Jason Doyle been prepared here. I think he got a goal during the championship at some point, so
he certainly did.
It'll give them something else with the last 13 odd minutes.
Ball away across on the far side, and here come the men from Kileeshil through Kieran O'Neill. Kieran O'Neill's outlets pass was on, and it's back into the hands of Tomas Hoy. Tomas Hoy gives it short to Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill sees his range and fires it in, and he's dropped it in over the bar. He has indeed. Michael O'Neill records his first point of the evening now, and it's Kileeshil who leads 7-5.
A brilliant score, and from that range, even the way the crowd applauded that one had a real inspirational feel about it, because 2 points, as we saw so far, has been as much as there's been in the lead, and it's going to ask a lot of Craigbane. You're starting to wonder the way the game's going, the way the scoreline is. Do Craigbane won it without a goal? I know there's a long way to go, but it's just that feel, because Kileeshil looks like a team that can always come back with a score, just like that one that was hammered over there. So a long way to go, but Craigbane probably leading the next score.
Yeah, as Craigbane have possession of the ball through Brian Rainey, and it now launched in towards the edge of the square towards Moore, but Moore's never going to win that one. Bounces off the sod and away over the end line. And with just what have we got 11 and a half minutes to go in the contest, and it's the men from Tyrone in the shape of Kileeshil that lead by 2.
Yeah, and that last score was, as it says earlier, was an excellent score, and then at the other side of it, Craigbane hit the ball and it just bounces off, and anything, if it's too far in front, it's just a gamble.
Kieran Riley's kick out tried to find the hands of Jason Doyle, but it's been swept up by the Craigbane men as they go forward once again. Offloading possession through the centre here, and back at the hands of Jude O'Meara. Jude O'Meara goes to ground. Referee says holds the ball up high, hand up high in the air to say it is a free. It was a goal chance there as well. I think Lee Moore kicked it wide.
It was a goal chance. At least they can come back for this score. I see Lorcan Martin scratching his head here. He's wondering what way things are going. Penny for the thoughts of managers, Damien, during the game, because you know, in some ways you're kicking every ball.
It's just angst from start to finish, I think.
Oh, here it is. It definitely is. Was it Andy McGinley said last night, how do you enjoy that when you're along the line, you know? So it's definitely, and here they need the score. Craigbane
Leamer splits the post. That's his first point of the game, has taken him to the 49th minute, and that tells you something on himself.
It does, and he took a couple of shots and up into the air, but now the game's back. I keep looking at my watch, there's 10 minutes to go, and it's very much in the mixer. It very much is who can get the next ball. Could Craigbane win this kick out, because they've been fairly decent around the middle.
Yeah, ball away across the far side. Gary Riley's over there to try and win it. That's twice that the last two kickouts have gone to Craigbane hands once again. They're working harder than Kileeshil at the minute, and they've possession of the ball through James McLaughlin. Slips it across the far side into the hands of Brian Rainey. Brian Rainey goes up that left hand side of the field, and once again Craigbane now through the shape of Oisin O'Donnell, and then further on out the field of play, and they're looking to change the angle through Conor McLaughlin. Conor McLaughlin has possession, looks out to the right hand side this time, where Owen Call's trying to get some of the possession of the ball. It's now in the hands of Ceathair O'Kane. Ceathair O'Kane heading towards the 45 metre line, but he does fist it out that right hand side where Sharkey was making progress, but now it's Fergal Mortimer. Can the Craigbane men get it level into the hands of Blaine Gormley?
And at the other end there's Hoy and David Lowry, and an acre of space if this breaks down.
Well, Blaine Gormley has it once again, looks for Jude Oakmoor, now in the hands of centre half back Rory Moore over the 45 metre line, offloads it to Mortimer. Mortimer offloads it once again back into the hands of Lee Moore. This time Lee Moore from the edge of the D. Lee Moore's half blocked down, but the ball's very dangerous. Go break to Craigbane hands, and it's gone in over the bar. The man that's got it is Brian Rainey, and the sides are level at 7 apiece.
Yeah, and the sort of half block nearly made it spin into Rainey. Rainey wouldn't be a noticed scorer, and he's definitely scored an important 1-7 all. And that kick out they won, Fergal Mortimer has been on the ball a bit more this half, but that 2-point lead is gone. It's definitely gone, and we're back into the mixer category. This game is far from over.
The full forward line for Craigbane have all scored now. Brian Rainey, Lee Moore and Jude McLaughlin, as Gary Riley picks it up for Killeeshil into the hands of Packy McMullen, who's fouled.
The two experienced heads there, whenever it looked like they were going to cough up the ball, but that kick out down to Paul O'Neill was brilliant for them to keep possession.
They needed to win the kick-out because they'd lost the previous two, Mal.
They did, and then, as I say, that when they looked like losing possession, it was their two experienced heads, and now it's them going the other way.
Mark Monaghan has it out towards Conal Monaghan. Comes across that field of play, looking for Packy McMullen once again. Offloads it out this near side, where Jason Doyle picks it up for Kileeshil. Making a bit of progress for it. Good run from Doyle in towards the edge of the square. Still Doyle in possession of the ball. Left footed kick, but it's a poor effort in the end. It goes out to the left of the post and it goes wide. And good pressure from the Craigbane men mean that the sides remain level.
Yeah, I think it was Conor McLaughlin going through there. He had his hand on the back. The referee's letting him go. If he had one down, would it have been a free? Who knows? But it all plays into Craigbane's hands. That he was going away from goal, but Ben O'Kane, he's looking up. He doesn't have an awful lot to hit. He has Ceathair O'Kane, but he's not going for him.
6.5 minutes to go. The game's in the melting pot. Who's going to win it? Ball out around the midfield area once again. It's been won by the man Jude Oakmoor. Plays across the field to play. Now, where it's in the hands now of Owen Call. Well, it was momentarily. Is that Ceathair O'Kane out to this near side into the hands of Brian Rainey. Brian Rainey still inside his own half of the field. He's not any longer. He crosses the halfway line. Looks up ahead of him. Ceathair O'Kane's been encouraged by the supporters down this near side to get involved. But his possession of the ball once again goes forward through Rainey. Rainey offloads possession, trying to get possession back into the hands of James McLaughlin. James McLaughlin runs into a body there, but it's knocked back out into play towards Conor McLaughlin. Conor McLaughlin has got the score. He has indeed. Conor McLaughlin stuck it over the bar. Big point for Craigbane. They go back into the lead.
A great score, but James McLaughlin did really well under pressure to take that tackle and keep the ball alive. And now it's Kileeshil, and I actually think that Hoy's playing out now. They must have made a change there. They've changed something up. its own call up front now, doing a marking job, but a brilliant score for Craigbane.
Yeah, 8 points to 7. Killeeshil have been here before, remember, county final.
What a brilliant take from Gary Riley there.
Brilliant catch in the middle of the field from Gary Riley. Goes across the field of play. Wasn't the greatest pass in the world from his mark, but Killeeshil trying to get possession away, but they might have overcarried it here. They're trying to dig it out of a hole, and they've won the free. That's a big moment in the game for Killeeshil.
It is. This is good old fashioned championship stuff. This is great.
Certainly is. There's possession away across the far side. It's in the hands of Kieran O'Neill. Bodies all right in place as possession now with Michael Carty going forward to Luke Donnelly. Luke Donnelly plays the ball forward. He's looking to try and win the mark, and there is Jason Doyle, but he hasn't managed to do so. But he managed to win possession back, which is maybe more important, as they slip back, and now Lee Muir comes out and wins it. Packy McMullen tries to get a tackle in. Craigbane couldn't play the ball forward, and that's another big moment because Jacob McElhinney's given it away across on the far side. It's in the hands of the men from Killeeshil through Bernard O'Neill, heading towards the 20-metre line. We're into the last 4.5 minutes of the game. Whatever injury time there'll be, as Packy McMullen launches one across the field of play, where Conal Monaghan has picked it up, heads across the 45-metre line. His support is light on this left-hand side, but it's in the hands now of Michael O'Neill. Michael O'Neill on towards Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill heads towards the 20-metre line. Still Paul O'Neill in possession of the ball. Still good run from Paul O'Neill. Tries to go through a gap that was never there. And Aaron Sharkey picks it up for Craigbane and moves the ball forward. Once again, Brian Rainey's won a free on his own 45-metre line. I think that free was slightly softer than any other free that's been in the game.
Yeah, it definitely has been. And that's the frustrating thing. The game could hinge on a soft free.
It could.
If Craigbane won this game, Blaine Gormley's input is immense. He won another ball just before that there.
And the referee called another foul there. And I think there's a player down injured first of all. I think that's Ciara Game.
He doesn't look very mobile looking. He looks like a man that's not going to get up.
No, he's had a whack on the knee there, and he looks like a man that might not play any further part in the game. The free's been given actually to Killeeshil.
Day and Tyrone at his finest here. They've even got the jerseys on them in.
That's it.
And where Craigbane's based, it's on the Tyrone border. Obviously not Killeeshil.
Well, there's going to be a substitution required here.
Carol Keane's gone.
Yep.
I'm just looking down. Pierce McCluskey, minor player, scored 2 goals. Young fella, did they try him? Is he the man? I hear them calling for Niall Carton.
Well, Killeeshil are about to make another substitution by the looks of it.
It's Niall Carton coming in for Craigbane.
Right, so Niall Carton's going to wear number 20. So just get that right and put it on the Craigbane side. I was about to drop it into the substitute list for Killeeshil. And Kevin Moore's been asked to make his way to the sideline. Looking fairly relaxed with the chewing gum there, but
yeah, I know Kevin well.
Been here before, I would have thought, in terms of important games.
He's been round the block. He knows the story. He's been like the Ulster title they won against Cullival. The scoreline was 6-5, a similar sort of a grain to this. So a few of the Craigbane men have been down this road. But I'm looking down here. Packy McMullen's in possession, and then the next thing you do, Damien, look at your watch. There's 2 minutes here. Have Killeeshil got 2 minutes? Sorry, have they got a score to take this to extra time?
Well, look, they needed the 4th minute of extra time or of additional time to stick the ball in the net and beat Aghaloo. So they'll not be panicking too much at this stage. Killeeshil, they've been here before.
Exactly, and likewise Craigbane in their final. The very thing you mentioned to me at the start of the commentary, both teams know about late battles.
Cathal Rafferty's just come on the field of play. Looks like he's going to come in place of Luke Donnelly. So a late change here for the men from Killeeshil, and Niall Carton's about to come in the field, and I think they're waiting on a stretcher here by the looks of it.
I actually looked down that time, Damien, and he was actually crawling along the ground. It looked like somebody that couldn't actually move.
Yeah, well, Packy McMullen is actually carrying him off the field of play. Now there's a photograph. So
he did look a lot of distress. The stretcher's coming a tad late here.
No, it certainly is. There's a man wandering out with it, but it's coming a tad late, that's right, because he's off the field of play already. And it'll be a free to Killeeshil, and a very important free in the game. In the context of the game was Niall Carton's going to come in for base, and he hasn't managed to get on before the play resumed. And the referee says play on, and Craigbane are down to 14 men. controversial one, that one.
That's very frustrating, very frustrating.
Yeah, Conor, it's here comes Michael Carty forward for Killeeshil. Killeeshil a body up here, and the referee spotted a foul, and that'll be really frustrating from the Craigbane perspective.
The only thing about it is,
and the change can come now.
It can come now, but the only thing is, at this stage of the game, there's only one thing you need, and that's cool heads. So it's about keeping your and the question is, have Killeeshil a cool head to get themselves back into this game? Patrick McMullen.
Well, you can start off with the man that has the ball in his hands. He's as cool a character as there is. Patrick McMullen off the outside of the right boot as he split the post. It's out to the right and wide. Big wide in the game, that one.
It is. And you sort of back men that got to do it.
Yeah, do.
But there's still time. You'd imagine we haven't saw the board, or at least I didn't.
No, it hasn't gone up.
The linesman signalled four minutes. 4 additional minutes
to come, and we're 30 seconds into that 4 minutes.
Yeah. The digital board's going up now to see.
Ball's been launched away out across the far side. Who's going to win possession of the ball? It's broken into Gary O'Reilly's hands for Killeeshil.
4 minutes.
4 additional minutes is now in the hands of Patrick McMullen. It's a 1-point game. Craigbane lead the game 8-7. Can the Derry men hold out here and book their place in the next round of the Ulster Junior Club Championship? As possession of the ball is in the hands of Tomas Hoy, who comes out the field, the captain of this Killeeshil side, goes short with the pass towards Dylan O'Neill, offloads it across here, and here come Killeeshil through Michael Carty once again. Looking up ahead, no options inside at the minute, but there's a pile of bodies in there at the minute, and one of them is McMullen, one of them O'Neill, and they've launched the ball in towards the edge of the square. McMullen trying to come out and win possession. Ball's breaking free, broken into the hands of who? Craigbane have it, and they carry it out beyond that 45 or that 20 metre line, out the field of play, across the far side. They can just keep ball if they want here at this stage, and they carry it out beyond that 45 metre line in the hands of James McLaughlin, and should be space up ahead of him, and Fergal Mortimer's coming across to win it, and there's a 2-on-1 here. In fact, there's a 3-on-1, and Craigbane should be putting this in the net as Lee Moore goes through and he sticks it in the net, and that'll be the end of the contest, I think, here in Owenbeg, because a breakaway goal has put Craigbane 4 ahead.
And at the very start of that, Conor McLaughlin's defensive work, away back in defence to get a body in the right place, and it bounced over the top, and I was wondering, does Lee Moore go for a point? Not a chance. Round the keeper, back of the net. His 3rd goal of the championship.
And goalkeeper Kieran Riley collided with the goal scorer after it, and he's got a straight red card. Well, that's just adding insult to injury there from a Killeeshil perspective. That breakaway goal was a huge moment in the game, and Kieran Riley will finish on the sideline, and Killeeshil are down to 14 men, and they're going to have to change the goalkeeper straight away.
And they need the ball.
And they need the ball.
They need the ball.
Yeah.
Look how quickly that game changed. They had a chance to level it, and then
Craigbane men are giving out that he can bring him on straight away, but he can because it's a goalkeeper change.
Yeah, so they've taken off.
It's one of those rules that can change the goalkeeper immediately if they need to.
Do you know what? I don't even know if they've time for a goalie. They'd better just stick in their guns. But Craigbane need the. Well,
Mark Monaghan's the man that's been sacrificed. He's going to come off the field of play, and number 16, Michael Conlon, has come in for Killeeshil, but I think it's going to be too little, too late now.
He's not even going to kick it out. They need the ball here. Is there time for 2 plays?
I would doubt that there is. The ball has been won by Craigbane away across the far side, and they have possession in the hands of Lee Moore once again. Lee Moore looks like he was fouled. The referee says play on. He's using the advantage, but Craigbane are heading to the next round by the looks of it at this stage.
Very much on their terms, and they, more importantly, they have the ball. But probably a lot of the game come down to Jude Moore and Liam Gormley in midfield for Craigbane. They were both immense, and now they're using the ball very, very smartly. And the frustrating thing is Killeeshil need the ball at least twice.
They do indeed. They've only scored twice since the break, Mal, and that's been the big thing. It took them 12 minutes to get off the starting block in the second half. Only 2 scores since then, and well, Craigbane have hit them a goal and 3 in the last 12 minutes of the game here.
It has been significant now. There's a wee bit of luck with the goal with the fact it bounced over, but Craigbane had committed, they'd got men forward, and Moore made the finish.
Referees checking the watch. Craigbane throwing the ball around, they can afford to at this stage, and they've won the free, and everything's looking fairly good for the Derry men from here, and the Kileeshil men look out on their feet.
Yeah, and I'm looking down, Blaine Gormley telling everybody to calm it down. The whole of Kileeshil are camped back, penny for their thoughts, because it looked like it was a game that had the potential to go to extra time. Now, we're now 1 minute over the stoppage time, so you would imagine Craigbane are in the hat.
Well, they certainly are. It's just a matter of seeing this one out. They have about 30 seconds, I would say, to play or less. The referee's blowing the whistle, and the Derry champions are through to the next round of the Ulster Club, and Kileeshil exit a goal in 8 points to 7 points. The game was right in the melting pot till injury time, really, Mal.
It was, and we sort of thought that, and I have to admit, I didn't think that Craigbane wouldn't have won it without a goal, but in the end the goal was actually the insurance. But Blaine Gormley was absolutely immense for Craigbane today, absolutely immense. Lee Moore's goal finished it off, and just like even that point, remember when there's past the parcel and you says he's going for it, and we don't know if Judo got a touch, but
yeah,
because whenever was it Michael O'Neill put them 2 up with a brilliant score, Kileeshil, you sort of had that feeling about it. But to be fair, Craigbane put their heels in and dug in, and I just see Cahir O'Kane being helped. He doesn't look like a man. They're away to Cavan next week, Knockbride, so he doesn't look like a man that's going to be playing in Breffney, so they'll not worry about it now, but when they settle down and think about the Ulster, he could be a big loss, but a significant win, because as I says earlier, the Monaghan and Tyrone teams are the benchmark in this Ulster Junior Championship and Intermediate, so it's a big result for Craigbane. It certainly is. Yeah,
it certainly is. The Craigbane are the victors here this evening in Owenbeg, and I know you're watching the various highlights from the game as we come to the end of the broadcast here, but 1-8 to 7 point victory, and just really capturing the game really from the second half. Kileeshil hit it was 2-1, 2 points to 1 in terms of the scores after 48 minutes, and then Craigbane hit 3 in a row through Lee Moore, through the corner forward Brian Rainey, which was a big point at the time, and then through the wing half back there Conor McLaughlin. Those are three big scores in the context of the game.
There were, even James McLaughlin running into that tackle and he didn't lose the ball, and like as it says, Brian Rainey is not a noted scorer, but he curled it inside. So the big plays, that's where Craigbane stood up, and the big moment where if Blaine Gormley had been black carded at that point, does it change everything? In a tight game you always go back to wee turning points like that, but by and large it was sort of Craigbane's dominance around the middle that probably was the general story of it, but they obviously had to finish it, and they did. And
a wee bit more in terms of probably the spread of the scorers as well. Look, when you take into the context that with David Lowry had a point, McLaughlin had a point, Blaine Gormley a point, 2 from the, well, if you take not 3 from the 2 midfielders in a low scoring game, that's a big return from the 2 midfielders, given that Kileeshil had just 1 single point from the two midfielders.
And that was right at the start, and what a great score it was. We thought that was going to set the tone.
Yep, so 7 different scores I make it across Craigbane across the game, and 6 different scores for Kileeshil? No, 5 different scores for Kileeshil on the evening as well. So it's the men from Craigbane that have booked their place in the next round of the Ulster Junior Club Championship on a scoreline of 1-8 to 7 points. That brings our coverage here to an end on Ulster GA TV, and we wish you all the best and a very good evening to you.